first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
70. Ready?
That is caught outside on the RPO. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. This one's good for a first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. Can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult. Defensively, a 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. They get the conversion with a gain of 22.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the flop, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note.
And he's in. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Raiders. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's going to try to do it himself. And he'll get into the end zone and get this one a couple of points closer.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. They'll go with a counter on first down. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
What's that?
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball. And
3rd and 2. Here we go.
180! What's that?
Pick this one up on the ground. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
On fourth down, here's Blake Gillikin to punt.
The score is 20.
Got it. Ready?
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment.
Ready, set.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Bronco 80.
In motion comes Pittman.
Go.